The most dangerous prison isn't built with concrete walls and metal bars. It's built with comfort, familiarity, and the fear of the unknown. This prison has no guards because it doesn't need them. Its inmates guard themselves, convinced that safety lies in staying exactly where they are. Look around you. How many people do you know who are trapped in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, or habits that slowly kill them? They stay not because they're happy, but because they're comfortable. And that comfort is slowly suffocating their potential. Today, I'm going to show you why your comfort zone is the most dangerous place you can live, and how breaking free from it is the only path to the life you truly deserve. And if you don't wake up now, you may never escape it. The human brain evolved to keep us safe, to avoid risks, to stay in familiar territory where predators couldn't find us. That survival mechanism worked perfectly for thousands of years. But in today's world, this same mechanism has become the very thing that prevents us from growing. The comfort zone feels safe, but it's an illusion. It promises security while stealing your dreams. It whispers, "Stay here, it's dangerous out there," while the real danger is remaining still while life passes you by. I once knew a man who spent 40 years at a job he hated because it was secure. When the company closed down, he found himself without skills, without passion, without direction. His comfort zone hadn't protected him. It had left him vulnerable. The science is clear. Neuroplasticity studies show that our brains physically shrink when we stop challenging ourselves. We become less creative, less resilient, less alive. The comfort zone doesn't just limit your success. It literally makes you less of who you could be. Think about David Goggins. Before becoming one of the toughest men alive, he was overweight, depressed, and working as a pest exterminator. His comfort zone was killing him. Instead of making small changes, he shattered his comfort zone completely. Losing 100 pounds in 3 months and pushing through Navy SEAL training despite having no swimming background. Or consider Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. Before becoming the youngest self-made female billionaire, she was a door-to-door fax machine salesperson who faced rejection every day. Instead of retreating to safety, she turned rejection into a game, actually celebrating when she failed because it meant she was pushing boundaries. Even in my own life, my greatest growth came when I was forced out of my comfort zone. When I dropped out of college, I had two choices: retreat to safety or use the disruption as fuel. I chose to be serious or focus on this channel, something I'd put off for years because it felt too risky. That decision, made in a moment of discomfort, changed everything. The uncomfortable truth is this: nothing remarkable ever happens inside your comfort zone. Every person who has achieved greatness has first had to step into uncertainty. The comfort zone trap works in 3 stages. First, it convinces you that someday is a real place. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll write that book. But someday never arrives because comfort keeps moving the goalposts. Second, it creates a fear-based relationship with failure. Inside your comfort zone, failure is the enemy. But the world's most successful people understand that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Third, it makes discomfort feel abnormal. When you step outside your comfort zone and feel anxiety, your brain says, "Something's wrong. Go back to safety." But that discomfort isn't a warning sign. It's a growth sign. The most dangerous part? This trap is invisible. People trapped in comfort zones don't see themselves as stuck. They see themselves as realistic, practical, or responsible. This self-deception is what makes the trap so effective. Breaking free requires a systematic approach. First, reframe discomfort. When you feel that knot in your stomach, don't see it as a stop sign. See it as a starting line. That feeling doesn't mean turn back. It means you're finally heading in the right direction. Second, adopt the 5-second rule created by Mel Robbins. When you feel resistance toward something you know you should do, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then move physically before your mind creates excuses. This short-circuits the brain's protective mechanisms. Third, create a discomfort schedule. Just as you would schedule workouts for physical strength, schedule regular activities that push your mental comfort zones. It could be speaking to strangers, taking cold showers, or learning a skill that makes you feel incompetent at first. Fourth, use the power of identity. Don't just say, "I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone." Say, "I am someone who thrives in discomfort." Identity drives behavior far more effectively than willpower. Finally, document your expanded territory. After each comfort zone challenge, write down what you learned and how it changed your self-perception. This creates a record of growth that motivates further expansion. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate your comfort zone. The goal is to expand it constantly so that what once terrified you becomes your new baseline. Your life exists in 2 zones, comfort and growth. There's no middle ground. Every day you make a choice, often unconsciously, about which zone you'll live in. That choice determines everything. Your success, your fulfillment, your impact. The greatest tragedy isn't failing while trying something difficult. The greatest tragedy is succeeding at things that don't matter because you were afraid to attempt what does. If you stay in your comfort zone, you will wake up one day and realize you never really lived. If you refuse to take action, years from now, you will look back with regret. You will wonder what could have been if only you had been brave enough to step into discomfort. The clock is ticking. Your future self is watching. So ask yourself, what would I do if fear was not a factor? Then count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take the first step into that brave new territory. Your comfort zone will always be there, waiting if you want to return. But I promise you this, once you experience the aliveness that comes from breaking free, comfort will never again feel comfortable enough. The prison door is unlocked. It always has been. Walk through it and never look back.